from Dallas, Texas. Welcome to This Week at Champion, hosted by Elvis Anderson and Anthony Manzo.
From Champion Equipment Finance headquarters in Dallas, Texas, today is Friday, September 29th, 2023. Welcome to This Week at Champion. My name is Elvis Anderson alongside the legendary Anthony Workboots Manzo with today's top story.
Well, Elvis, we have some great news in the trucking sector.
I love great news.
You know, a Wednesday report just 2 days ago from ACT Research has showed that the trucking cycle may be approaching a massive turning point, a North Star, a real positive turning point. All the components of AT's for-hire trucking index actually showed improvement from the carrier's perspective through the month of August over the month of July, excuse me. And we are seeing a lot of volume and a lot of turnaround. Okay, ACT's volume index actually jumped 12.3% month over month from August to July. And they have a scourge point of now 54.4 points. In all 5 categories. Any category that shows over 50 is considered positive. Any category under 50 is considered negative. So we see a lot of growth being implied here. The report was quick to caution, though, that the measure is just of one breath, and with a large number of fleets seeing an increase, but not necessarily a totally pronounced turnaround yet. So we are heading in the right direction, but we want to be a little bit cautious, but we also want to be a little bit excited about the possibility of our trucking community really being able to start taking off and getting busy and really starting to earn again. So Elvis, this is something that's really great news that should be spread across the trucking community.
I love that. You think that has anything to do, obviously, last week, the Uncle Jerome Powell announced a little rate pause. So that means we're kind of leveling for a little bit at the Federal Reserve. Is there any connection there?
Well, you know, I think that's part of probably the pause was expected, and remember, you know, it's every quarterly. So, and this was really for the month of August over July, so that could have had some effect on it, just the anticipated pause. But I think that there's a lot of things that go into it. One is the fact that, you know, we are desperate need of, you know, of more transportation, of over-the-road transportation, and you know, we've had a backlog on these things, and I think that the load brokers were primarily holding things back and really kind of squeezing people on both ends of it, and now I think everything's starting to loosen up a little bit, and we're seeing some small signs of that right now.
That's right. Well, thank you for that. We don't hold back here. We move forward.
Always forward.
And we're at story number 2. I was out in the field today and sitting down with a dealer friend.
Very nice.
And one of her questions, which I thought was good, you know, is what is this industry all about, and what is it really all about to you? I said it comes down to 2 key things.
2 things.
Commercial lending comes down to 2 things: effort and relationships. That's it. It's effort and relationships.
Sounds so simple, Elvis.
It is simple, because the effort is all about speed and moving these deals from the start to the finish as quickly as possible, updating everyone in the deal, what's going on, where's what, and what's happening, and what are we doing and why. And then relationships, which is also effort related, because you have to extend effort to get the quality relationships. And in this industry, those relationships change. So it's up to us, and it's our responsibility, and when we take seriously, to go out there and find the best relationships on a day-to-day basis. And that's what this industry is all about.
Yes, remember, relationships too are not just with us and our referral partners, but us and our lending partners as well.
No doubt.
Us and, you know, the people who we get our warranties through, our gap insurance. So those relationships, it's just not just one way.
Sure.
It's every way with us.
It's everywhere.
Absolutely.
So we're always looking people that we can create relationships with who are willing to extend and exert as much effort as we are.
Well, at least close.
That's right. Close, because we are all about hustling here and giving 110%. Hey, let's keep it going. Let's get into this weekend's Sports Report. Wow. What a win for my Knowles and Clemson. They're off this week. However,
Miami's off as well after a big win.
Yeah.
I know you're not looking. Yeah, well, you know.
Ryder Cup. Ryder Cup. The Ryder Cup is happening.
Where are they playing?
Are playing golf in Italy,
Right.
the motherland.
I didn't even know they had anything in my homeland. I mean, I didn't even know golf existed
right.
over there. And I've been there.
Guys are going to be walking around, drinking around the golf course, having espresso.
That's going to be fantastic.
Peronis and espresso on the golf course. What's going on in the college football world this weekend? Anything exciting?
You know what? Again, I think your team's off, my team's off. You know,
Who cares?
I think once we see that, it's almost like, because I know UT's got a big game against somebody.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Sure.
oh, well, we also had, remember, you know, we always like to look forward, not back, but we saw a shellacking.
We did.
We did see a shellacking.
The Buffaloes were shellacked.
Buffaloes were absolutely shellacked. Might have been exposed a little bit. And yeah, they have a very, very tough game again. It's going to be the story every single week in college football until at some point they probably have more losses than wins, if that point ever comes. But they're playing another highly ranked, very tough opponent in USC this weekend. So yeah, we're going to have to see again, are the Buffaloes for real?
Let's get to your Cowboys report in 1 second. But first, let's head to Max, the founder of Max Bets. Let's go. What do you got, Max?
Max Bets, we're back for another week. Last week, not so great, went 1-3, but we're still winning overall. So here's for a bounce back week.
Only win was the Knowles.
Go Knowles, go Knowles. Alright, so to start it off, we're going to fade Colorado for the first time in the year. USC is going to dog walk them. They showed last week. They are terrible. USC minus 21. Next game, we're going to go Georgia Bulldogs. They haven't covered all year, but they're a wagon. Auburn cannot score. So we're going to go Georgia minus 14.5. Next game, don't know how it's going to go, but we're going Kansas plus 16.5 versus Texas. I think they can stay inside that range. And for our last and final game, 1 second, let me check my notes. Kentucky will beat Florida at home minus 1.5. Bet responsibly, at your own risk, and as we always say, good teams win, great teams cover. Have a good week.
Oh, wow. Okay. Max was 1-3 last weekend, by the way.
I mean,
his only win was Florida State.
Yes, yeah.
So, no problem, bro. We got you back.
We got you back there.
And on this guy, we've talked about this.
Yes, many times.
There's a reason why our ratings are going through the
skyrocketing
roof in Latin America and really all the Spanish-speaking world. This is because this man, Jose Salazar, he runs the Messi Minuto. Here he is. What do you got, Jose?
Buenas tardes, amigos. Un día más con Messi Minuto. En esta ocasión vengo a hablarles de la final del día de ayer del US Open entre Houston contra Miami, el cual salió ganador Houston 2-1. No jugó Messi, se vio el rendimiento en la cancha y nada. Espero les haya gustado. Nos vemos la próxima semana.
He's out.
Oh, man. This guy.
Nonstop. Jose.
Where does he get this?
I don't know.
Who are his sources? I think he's friends with
Messi. Yeah, he is. He must be either that or his wife. I don't know. I mean, in a very platonic way, because we know that Messi is incredibly loyal. It's just not saying anything untoward there. They have a great relationship.
And we're obviously all a little bit upset about last week over the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah,
it was tough.
It was tough. You know, look, we got beaten. We got beaten on all three phases of the ball. Okay, let's talk about that. All three phases of the game.
Cowboys report with me.
And you know, it was a tough thing to watch. And you know, and really, what it comes down to, though, look, we were put at a slight disadvantage. Our three starting linemen were out.
Yep.
Obviously, you know, Diggs down for the season is almost insurmountable as far as in position, not for the whole season of the team. You can't overcome that in that one position.
Yep.
It doesn't matter formation or even who you bring in, if they do bring someone in. But here's the thing: it's a game they should have won.
Yeah.
It's a game that was not executed when they needed to execute.
Yep.
The leaders of that team needed to execute, and they didn't. And that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And look, we're coming back this week again. Okay, let's
hosting, and Zeke's coming home.
Zeke's coming home. Yeah. Well, we have the Patriots, and look. Evidently, I don't even know if Mac Jones is going to be playing in this game because of Tapgate. Okay. And we'll have to see what's going on with that. Did he tap or did he not? We'll have to see. You know, Sauce Gardner says yes.
Yeah.
Mac Jones says no. But Look, and again, I think we're now here, week 4. You know what phase we're at now, right?
Oh, this is definitely a must-win.
This is definitely a must-win game.
Week 4, must win.
Must win. Week
you know,
4,
wouldn't surprise
must
me.
win.
Maybe Jarrah will put Zeke in the Ring of Honor
Before the game, right?
and Jimmy Johnson should be in there.
Jimmy Johnson should have been in there a long time
Let's
ago.
move into my mother's favorite segment. Everybody loves this one. We call it the Foodie Focus. You got this one because you are an expert on the matter.
Well, you know, it wasn't expert on the entire matter. It's expert on the restaurant. We went the other day. We had our Champions Club lunch there the other day. And the Ring of Honor, our Ring of Honor here at office. And this is Lowry's, the prime rib. Now, I mean, just the words, the prime rib, should just evoke beautiful thoughts, and it just makes me salivate. It's just fantastic. It's like a Pavlovian response. Anyway, they have 3 locations. One out in Beverly Hills, one in Las Vegas, and one here in Dallas. And I got to tell you something. Watching them hand cut the prime rib right in front of you, what an ethereal experience. You know, all the sides were tremendous. And I'll tell you what, value-driven operation too. This is not something where you go in there, and this was not you know, for the 4 of us, this was not an $800-900 lunch. Okay, this was a reasonably priced operation, a great martini, just one, and you know, and I got to say, look, Lowry's, whether you're going to be in Beverly Hills, Las Vegas, or Dallas, it's worth a stop by. Thank you for the hospitality.
That sounds good. I gotta go.
And if you don't know this, by the way, little interesting tidbit. This is the company that owns Lowry's seasoning salt.
Yeah, of course.
I had no idea. I walked in, they had the seasoning, and had no idea.
So if you can't make it to one of their locations, just pop into your local supermarket and
get
grab
some.
them.
Yeah, it's not going to be the same. It's just not going to be the same.
That's all we have here from my headquarters in Dallas, Texas. We appreciate you watching, everybody. Be sure to smash the subscribe button. Like and hey, whether it's negative or positive, say something in the comment section down below. I'm Elvis. This is Work Boots. Everybody have a good weekend. Thank you.